Get rid of all the dust. Did you know that at Green Clean Technologies, they have like this sticky stuff they put on the floor? It's like a film so that if anything does settle on the ground, it stays there. That's part of what you need to keep the data center clean. Green Clean Technologies, this is an industry that is just booming because too many times people have their business and their data centers are there doing their thing, and then all of a sudden things start going haywire. You need to keep that all those important servers clean, for crying out loud. GreenCleanTechnologies.com. You can also get to their website by going to EricZaneShow.com. Click on the Green Clean Technologies logo. It looks just like the one over my shoulder over here. And you can also call them at 989-560-7272. The Kent County Health Department offering services for the people in the community worried about public health, making sure that public health is at an all-time high standard as we try to navigate the difficult process of dealing with COVID-19 for testing sites located within the county. In fact, most counties that are worth anything have all of this set up right now, trying to recover from the pandemic. The Kent County Health Department, though, with any information you might need about their services, you can find it at accesskent.gov. Okay? You can also give them a phone call, 616-632-7100, if you need information on anything, and specifically about the WIC program, 616-632-7200, to find out how you can take advantage of this great setup so that the family does not go hungry. And as always, they remind you, cough into your elbow, wear a mask, be socially distant, try not to break those rules and do it by your own way. You know, we've managed to get this state a little bit corrected in terms of the pandemic, and it's because of people that are following the rules. So thank you so much on behalf of the Kent County Health Department. This show comes to you on June 23rd, 2020, from the Metalworks Body Shop studio. Metalworks Body Shop Beer Bunker studio. Let us begin.
And now, here's a guy that proves there is no vaccine against stupidity. It's the Eric Zane Show Podcast with your host, Eric Zane.
Thank you, Johnny! Welcome in to the Eric Zane Show Podcast. This is a daily, sometimes expletive-filled rant covering news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Working our way through. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show Podcast. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, man. Oh, my gosh. Today at 10:30 Eastern Time, if you're on Patreon, we will have Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia. Dale and the lovely and talented Melinda will square off. Melinda's like, yeah, she's like, I suck at trivia. And I go, don't worry about it. It's a lot of fun. It's a $25 prize. So we'll have Melinda on Patreon. If you're on Patreon, you can play. Okay. So we'll get that started at about 10:30. Yeah, Melinda is one of the Tennessee Zaniacs who, by the way, I am going to be in Tennessee starting on Friday, July 10th. So for the Tennessee crew, the plan is a Saturday, July 11th meeting, okay? I'll be in Gatlinburg on the east side of the state. You're in Middle Tennessee in Nashville. So we can meet like halfway, I guess, or I don't know. We'll figure something out. I really need to plan that so that you all can make your plans. But if you could if you're in Tennessee, if you're any one of the Zaniacs in Tennessee, that would be Melinda, Ethan, Katie, Thomas, Aaron, Jessica, Kenny, yeah, Casey, Aram, John, Ken, or Christy. I would love to see all of you. And, I can't guarantee that all of those people are listening right now or will even listen to this. They might be like, I'm taking a break from Zane. If you all could, I don't know, make sure, look out after one another and maybe say, hey, Zane's talking about getting together on Saturday, July 11th. I want to make sure that is the correct date. I think it is the correct date. It better be. Yeah, it is. Nice. So, all right. I'm not sure where yet, but it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time getting together with everybody. We'll share a meal, and off we go. So, what is up? What's happening in the world? As always, I want to hear from you, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. If you have any comments, questions, concerns about what's going on in the podcast, what I'm talking about right now, don't be a stranger. I know that a great deal of you are absolutely disagreeing with me on the number of things that I've been talking about on the show, yet you still listen, so thank you for that. You are being trained to understand that these are just my opinions, my thoughts, and I give you them, and then you do with them as you see fit. And thank God you are still listening, and we can all have a talk about it like big people. Case in point, Kevin in Muskegon is just killing me about statues. He did a post on YouTube where I wanted to punch the words out of him the whole time. I'm like, come on, quit pausing, get to it. Kidding. I'm like, Kevin, what's up? And he did this rant about statues coming down and being un-American. I'm like, are you crazy? Un-American? It's so American. Anyway, he didn't believe a word I say. He says that Eric Zane is 99% wrong. Yeah, he loves listening, so thank you. I found out now that Zaniacs are actually going out into the community and approaching sponsors and saying, "Man, I'm so thankful that you are a sponsor of the show, of the host of the show that is 90% wrong." You're actually equating numbers to it. Zaniac Joe was going out for his daily 30-mile run, and he was in the area of Coopersville, Michigan. He was probably going to drop in to my sponsor at Metalworks Body Shop. Metalworks. And then head out down the road to like East Grand Rapids for the rest of the day and then back. Morin pops into Metalworks Body Shop and he's like, hey, thanks for sponsoring Eric's show. We all love it. And Ryan, who owns Metalworks Body Shop, is like, oh, man, this is working out great. Yeah. And then Morin says, yeah, he's wrong 90% of the time. What? Are you crazy? I'm always right. You know that. Man. Holy crap. Today on the show, a homeowners association is nitpicking on another level of absurdity. They don't say absurdity. Absurdity. What an idiot. Thank you to Dean, Boring Dean, who's another person who says I'm wrong 99% of the time for sending this story, and I got it late. But you're right. It is absurd. Joe Rogan. Oh, my God. And Joey Diaz. Joey Coco Diaz, who is a comedian. They're both comedians. You know, they both do their thing. Are getting hammered over a 9-year-old clip. Let me just get out in front of this and say nobody should be canceled for something that happened in the past. But in listening to the clip, I don't know how these guys do this shit. Seriously, I would get my ass kicked so bad if I was even part of the shit that goes on in that setting. NASCAR picks up the pieces from the noose incident. Some people are suggesting you have a Jussie Smollett scenario. in the garage with the story of the noose over Bubba Wallace's car in the garage. I don't believe that. But some people are suggesting that. Local racists 4 miles from where I sit in beautiful Allendale, Michigan. They gather to raise hell in support of a racist statue. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Fucking terrible. And the real Aunt Jemima's family is bitching about Aunt Jemima going away. What the... My whole world is topsy-turvy. Jeez. But I am getting one day closer to getting this truck. All of that coming up, by the way. A couple things though, before I really get into the deep inner workings of bowels of this show for the day. Excuse me. So, as you know, I talked about yesterday about taking this truck off of my dad's hands through this judo maneuver where, everybody in the family's been, freaking out because he's been driving, and he should not be driving. And my stepmother is at her wit's end because she's like, I don't know what to do. We've been getting in these massive fights because I'm trying to convince him to not drive, and then he takes off without me and goes to Home Depot now. And as you know, my dad should not be driving. He's weaving across the road, double over the double yellow line. His cars, and he's like, "Hey, guy," And when he drives, he turns and looks, and he'll keep looking. He's not even looking at what's in front of him. So he should not be on the road. Well, I only drive a few miles one day a week to Home Depot to look around. It's like, yeah, that's not good. This is, so I came up with, hit me out of like a bolt from the blue of how to get him off the road. So the idea was, hey, Dad, I could use this truck. Your Jackie and I can use this truck. Can we buy it? What? You want to buy the truck? Something that he wouldn't have considered in the past, but now that he's got his son and his granddaughter considering it, all right. Well, that is official. He's definitely going to sell it to you. So I was doing some, I think I'm underpaying for this truck. Trucks are known to hold their resale value from what I'm understanding. And this truck in 03 Z71 off-road 4x4 with 130,000 miles, I think I'm paying about half as much as what I'm supposed to. And I got half of mine to say, Dad, you're way undercharging me. The $3,000 you want for this truck is way low. Even the ricketiest of rickety of the same year and with twice the miles is going for like $2,000 more. So, if I had the extra money, I'd give it to him. But if not, no way. Screw that. All right, I just want you off the road. That's the point. So you're getting what you want. But then I'm understanding, according to Jacqueline, my daughter, who now she's really stoked about having this beast truck to be able to drive around and not put oil into the motor. I'm going to make sure she does that, by the way. Don't worry. She's like, hey, I was noticing on the comments of your podcast, Dad, that people are starting to say that they want to buy the truck off you. Please don't tell me that that's the plan. And I go, no, we need that truck. No. First of all, we're down a car. No, I could, though. I could just turn around and sell that thing for like $2,000 more, but that would be ridiculous. I would take that money and give it right to my dad. No, we're going to use that truck. Thank you, though. I can't wait to get it into Metalworks Body Shop and have those guys do a number on because there is some rust on it. That's the place where they know that I'm 90% wrong 90% of the time. My son dropped by yesterday and he goes, hey, Dad, it's Father's Day time. He was a day late on Father's Day because we were missing each other on Sunday. So I think I have the market cornered. This is little Eric Zane Show Podcast show and tell on stuff that says that I am the best dad / papa ever. These two, well, not two, four, Jim, Aubrey, Grayson, and Rowan are notorious for usually reminding me of these important things. If I ever wearing a shirt that says best papa ever, my favorite people call me Papa, it's because of them. And we continue along with that. This is a best papa ever water bottle. Okay? There you go. Gotta have that. We need to stay hydrated. In fact, yeah, I should pour this into there, but I gotta wash it out first. So there you go. That's the best papa ever water bottle. Not to be outdone. This is a plaque that says, "You are the best papa in the world," with made of like glass, so it's real heavy, weighty. And then there's a bear that says Papa on the bear. So there you go. Get a good look at that. I am Papa Bear. Okay, thank you. And then, oh boy, here we go. The coffee mug, an enormous. Now, this is a normal-sized coffee mug, and this is the one that I have. Look at the difference. This thing holds like 1 gallon of coffee. With the requisite best dad ever. Thank you. Hell, if I drank this much coffee, I'd have a heart attack. Remember that time when we were up north? Not that long ago when I was describing to you, it felt like my heart was going to explode. That was terrible. Holy shit. Drama at the household this morning. Here's how it went. Jacqueline, Madison spent the night at a friend's house, which is key and great, actually, because if she goes to bed at like 1 in the morning, typically, and when she is downstairs doing her thing, watching her shows or whatever it may be, while we are upstairs in the bed, it's very important. Damn it, if she's not home, that means we're going to sleep great, because if she's down in the house, the woman does not walk with light feet. Do you have anybody in your house that does this when they walk? They slam their heels into the ground. This is how it sounds if Madison is tiptoeing. This is Madison being quiet. I can't do it too much because I'll wake her up. So I went to bed like, oh, thank God, because it's like you're sound asleep, and if it's not Diana screaming in my ear, it's Madison going, thong, 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 stepping through the house. Holy shit. But she just says, okay, I'm spending the night at a friend's. I go, thank God. This is great news. Getting ready to do the podcast this morning. Phone rings. Dad? Yeah. We pulled an all-nighter, my friends and I, and we just went out to breakfast. Now I'm coming home to go to sleep. Make sure the door's unlocked, okay? No problem. I can tell she's at her wit's end. Do you have anybody in your family that does this when they're tired? They do not have the ability to hide their crabbiness. I mean, I actually do this quite a bit, too. If I am ever experiencing any of my usual fits of anxiety where I think that my world is coming to an end and I'm going to be out of business in 1 minute and we're going to be homeless, it's when I'm tired. And Diana, she treats me like a baby. She's like, yeah, I think you need to go get a nappy poo, or you need to go to bed. You're having a hard time. Yeah, I know. She's the same way. Holy crap. So then I forget to unlock that door. I'm sitting down in the toilet, and then the phone rings. I pick it up. What? I'm locked out. I just want to go to bed. I go, well, it's not like I'm a mile away. All right, let me take care of business here. Oh my God, I can't believe this. This is the worst day of my life. What? Are you crazy? I go, Ma's right there. She'll let you know. Oh, Jesus, man. Through the phone, I actually hear Mom open the door. What are you crying for? Dad won't let me in. Yeah, but I'm letting you in. Come on in. Go to bed. Ah! The open of the Eric Zane Show Podcast is brought to you by key sponsors, including A&E Heating and Cooling, where Senor Martinez will be here today to replace the compressor on the air conditioning setup. Remember that story? I told that thing went south. He had one of his associates determine the problem while he is out visiting family. Today, the compressor comes in. My man's going to show up and repair it. Using the Comfort Maker air conditioners and furnaces. Comfort with confidence. But they can repair anything like they're fixing mine. Or he is fixing mine later today. A&E Heating and Cooling. If you have an issue with your air conditioner, just remember, I got a guy for you. It's Senor Martinez. His number is 616-516-8579. You can just look at or check out any of my podcasts here. Look behind me on the door. The phone number's right there. Just reach out to me in any way you want. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. You might just need a tune-up on the thing, all right? That's normally $89 for Zane Show Podcast listeners. You get it for $79 with A&E Heating and Cooling. The products sold by Kim Lazera, made by the company Zingular, are set up for you to lose weight, increase your metabolism, increase your energy. Oh, my gosh. On and on and on. The Zingular brand of products, Xyngular. You must check this out. You want to burn fat, increase your energy, increase your muscle mass, all while you're eating sensibly and working out. These products really take what you're already doing and just have your body step on the gas. Reach out to Kim Lazera. You can page out by going to ericzaneshow.com, and right where there is the white and turquoise X, that takes you to Kim Lazera's Facebook page. She also has a website, but she wants me to tell you to go to her Facebook page. That's where she gets the most traffic and can answer your questions so easily. Look into the line of products from Zingular and check it out. Could be something that could be very helpful for you if you're trying to lose weight, increase your energy, and on and on and on. A long list of products for you, Zingular, from Kim Lazera. Thank you. And finally, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. You can call Mario at 231-332-6505. Hold on. The NMLS number that everybody's talking about is 3035. Established in 1987, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Van Dyke Mortgage is everywhere, okay? But the person that I want you to deal with is Mario. Anywhere in the United States, if you need a mortgage, I got a guy. Mario. 231-332-6505. And he and I encourage you to interview more than one person not affiliated with Mario. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. And then once you talk with Mario, hopefully last, you'll see, Zane was right. This is the guy we need. Thank you, Mario, and your staff for being on board with the Eric Zane Show podcast. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. All right. As you know, when it comes to people that are in this line of work, talking into a microphone, being stupid, saying things, I'm not really the type to want people canceled from things that they said in the past. If that were the case, I could be canceled for the things that I've said and done in the past. I've said some pretty awful shit in the past. But I'd like to think that the sensibilities that I have now are not quite the same that I had back then. Does that make sense? That, to me, is the only thing that needs to be said about anything like this. Now, when it comes to the people involved in this scenario, you've got a lesser-known comedian by the name of Joey Diaz. Joey Coco Diaz. I don't know a ton about this guy, except I have listened to him on his podcast, on Joe Rogan's podcast, I should say. I've heard him at length. And, it's not really my style. He's very loud and obnoxious, but a lot of people love this guy. My son loves Joey Diaz. And I don't know. It's just I'm pretty finicky when it comes to this style of entertainment as to what I like. It doesn't matter. A lot of people love this guy. Rogan, I I think sometimes Rogan has a lot of great common sense moments that I like. I particularly don't care for it on his show when he has comics on. But I'm kind of a tough sell when it comes to that type of content. When he has interesting guests on, though, like he had the dude who supposedly worked on the alien spacecraft years ago. I forget his name, but I thought that was really fascinating. And then, but more often than not, Rogan misses the mark entirely for me. His content is extremely boring. It goes on and on and on about fucking nothing. I have never in my life witnessed somebody who can give you so much material, and I think I've only made it through 25 minutes of any one of his podcasts other than a handful. I made it through the Nugent one, barely. I made it through the alien guy that I was mentioning. That's about it. Even Jocko Willink, who I love Jocko Willink, I just can't do it. It's fucking terrible. But for whatever reason, everybody in America loves this guy, and he's the $100 million man on Spotify. But I think he's incredibly overrated. Fuck. I beat him up but good over the fact that he's got some shitty restaurant in Fresno that he's super he loves. Very, very partial to, is what I wanted to say. And for some reason, he put the owner of the restaurant on his podcast for like 3 hours. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? That's your podcast this week? That's what you're giving your audience? The owner of your favorite restaurant? A 3-hour fucking commercial so you can eat free? This is bullshit. I hated it. So that's basically how I feel about Rogan. I know that's not exactly the most glowing review of his show, but apparently he knows what the fuck he's doing, and enough people follow him, but I don't give a fuck. And I don't really give a fuck about this, but a lot of people are, and they want this fucker canceled over something that happened almost 10 years ago. How does this even happen, that people dig this shit up and then make it like a goal to eliminate someone? That seems like an incredible waste of time. Now, I know a lot of you are like, well, wait a minute, you're talking about the fucking statues. A little different. The statues are there permanently, and it's considering what's going on in the world. Destroy that guy because he's been out, and this is my theory, he's been out very outspoken about Trump, and now Fox News is going after Kimmel, and every time you turn around, there's another story about Jimmy Kimmel doing something stupid on the Man Show or being in blackface. I don't give a shit about any of that. But so I don't give a shit about this either. I don't care that Rogan was on his show, had Diaz say something terrible, which I am going to play for you, and Rogan laughed hysterically. I just can't imagine being in a world where my content would ever be like this. If I ever had anything like this happening on my show, I can tell you that if someone said that, I would not let this person, whoever it was, in a hypothetical world, get away with it. I would be like, that's probably the worst thing I've ever heard a human being say about another person in my life. And I'm fucking... This, what you're about to hear, is gross. Because Diaz is talking about getting sexual favors from young women in comedy. Now, I can't believe that this fat fuck Diaz has the type of clout to do what he's doing here, because nobody really knows who this fat piece of shit is, okay? And he is a piece of shit. And by the way, I think the bearing the lead here is the fucking fact that Joey Diaz is even alive, because it says that he's 57 years old. But if you see this fat fucking bulldog face piece of shit, you'd be like, there's no fucking way you're 57. He looks like he's 77, and at death's bad he looks. So, I've got insults all the way around for all these fuckers. Not so much for what they do. Well, this is same piece of shit now that he was back then. But who gives a shit? If this he's going to be dead in a year or two anyway. It doesn't matter. Have you seen this guy? He will be dead before you know it. There's no way this guy hits 60 years old. And Rogan, he's not going to talk this shit anymore because, well, he's in the mainstream now. So will Rogan come out and say, oh, I'm sorry that I laughed at this fat fuck's jokes? Probably not. But in the end, who cares? But can you imagine how much of an ass kicking I would get from Diana if I either talked like this, reacted the way Rogan does to this fat piece of shit? Listen to this.
Of money.
She's lucky she paid $100. I had girls sucking my d, giving me coke from Chewy. You think I'm kidding you? Yeah, you gotta suck my d, get up in the belly room. I'll make a call for you. That's the gateway into coming out.
All right, let me back up here. Fat fuck is talking about how he would make women. He would in order for women to perform at this fucking club or some shit. He would make them do that to them. And so that's just really, really bad. And you're going to hear how he's describing it. Fuck, this makes me uncomfortable just even thinking that this is even real.
Of money.
She's lucky she paid $100. I had girls sucking my d, giving me coke from Chewy. You think I'm kidding you? Yeah, you gotta suck my d, get up in the belly room. I'll make a call for you. That's the gateway into coming to Hollywood. Everybody knows that.
How many girls did you have do that?
Oh, 20 of them. I had this little blonde open mic chick dog that used to come 20 and just take me up to the belly room and suck my d and go do her set. She was tremendous.
Wow.
She finally freaked out. When she got to Hollywood, bro, she was beautiful. And when she left, she had dirty nails were dirty. And then a year later, she wrote me a letter to the Comedy Store. You broke me.
You broke me.
I kept shooting sperm balls in her fucking ear ball. Every time she went down, vaya pa la pinga. It ain't broken until somebody fixes it.
All right. So, all right, a lot of backlash, and I'm guessing that there isn't a single person listening to this podcast who finds that funny. That's fucking sick, man. I've never really been in that camp of that type of overly sexual. Maybe I have at some point on the radio, just being a stupid idiot, but nothing like that. I mean, come on. Fuck, that makes me uncomfortable. And then Rogan laughing at it. I'm like, God, that's just stupid. No, they shouldn't be canceled in any way. But just the fact that even if it was 11 years or 9 years ago that it happened, it's just sick to me. I can't take that shit. It's really rough. What are people saying about it? Rogan, according to this article from The Independent, has been criticized. Resurfaced video that talks about what you just heard. Let's see. And people are trying to cancel him. This on the heels after comedian Chris D'Elia, who I'd never heard of prior to this, was accused of inappropriate conduct, including with underage girls. He has denied those allegations. Joe Rogan laughs his ass off when the guy says he's done it to at least 20 women, tweeted author somebody, Valente. Rogan doesn't have one word to say against this. It's hilarious to him. And you want to tell me this man should be part of our political discourse. All right, now, does Rogan owe any explanation on this? I kind of think he does, because Rogan has been looked at as quite a thinker and a philosopher, and a lot of people respect him for his show. So I don't know. I kind of wish he would say something, but then if he opens up that can of worms, he's either got to go against Joey Diaz, and I think that what that does is it can hurt his base, I mean, we saw this with Howard Stern just recently when he did that whole blackface and was using the N-word, and he came out and he was very matter-of-factly, and I was very happy that he did so. He said, yeah, I was a dumbass. That's something I'm not very proud of. I wish I hadn't done that. People change, and it was a different time, a different world, and I thought that was appropriate or funny. So, I mean, if Rogan came out and talked about that wouldn't be so bad at all. I would think that would be fantastic. I think, frankly, If Rogan says nothing about this, from me, which doesn't matter, doesn't mean shit, I would respect him less. Diaz is a fucking ex-con. He's a lost cause. He's a piece of shit. I don't care about that guy. He's not going to say anything. He doesn't give a shit. And like I said, he will be dead soon. But Rogan, who is Mr., he seems very insightful and smart. If that were me, if I said some shit like that and it was brought out into the forefront, absolutely I would talk about that and say, that sucked. I regret that I did that shit. That is awful. What do you think? Eric at ericzaneshow.com. As always, want to hear from you on the podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can also leave them in the, Facebook comments. Nick, Patriot Nick, writes this: you should add this to your slug line, Eric Zane. 90% wrong, 100% confident he's right. Oh, yeah, okay, this is Nick, who thinks that we are being oppressed by people that are looking out. We are being led by dictators. Patriot Nick, thank you for protecting us all, Patriot Nick. You are so wise. All right. Speaking of that, and I know this will piss him off, the racists in and around the community where I live of Allendale, Michigan, must be discussed, and we must talk about Bubba Wallace. That comes up next. But as you know, I do cameos, cameo.com/Eric Zane. I just did one for Kenny. Yeah, for his dad, for Father's Day. Reach out to me via Cameo, cameo.com/Eric Zane, or on the Cameo app. Just search Eric Zane. And hire me to roast a friend. Do whatever. Tell somebody you love them. Do something nice for someone. I do a lot of fun stuff for kids. You know, I had a kid graduating kindergarten, kid graduating first grade, and it was great fun. I can tailor it to the audience. I won't be like Joey Diaz or Joe Rogan. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. That is part of what moves the meter for me. That is how I feed the family and keep the lights on. As you know, this really is listener-supported podcasting. Okay, Blue Frost IT. Reach out to them, 616-200-8550, the managed IT service provider of the Eric Zane Show podcast. If your business needs an IT department, you got it, man. And you don't have to pay for a parking pass. You don't have to pay for insurance. They are ready to go for you at Blue Frost IT. Online at bluefrostit.com. Also, A&D Cleaning. I just signed them to another 3 months of a marketing campaign, and they have officially agreed to sponsor Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog. That's right. Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog, is now sponsored by A&D Cleaning. I will have him in here at least once a week so you can see his beautiful, handsome face. If you want the home clean by a real pro and a great team, and you are in West Michigan, reach out to A&D Cleaning at 616-550-3644. Makes a great gift. A&D Cleaning, 616-550-3644. Okay. Talk about a issue that is really dividing people. That is the bringing down of statues. I was just talking on the show yesterday about Andrew Jackson. You should have depicted on the next $20 bill, since Steve Mnuchin, is that his name, Steve Mnuchin? The Treasury Secretary said, oh, yeah, we're not going to put Tubman out of the $20 bill for a long time. And I'm like, why? I thought we agreed to this. I thought it was a done deal years ago. Put Tubman on the money. What's the fucking problem? No. We're going to wait till, 2028. And bullshit. And I reached out, and I should say Jason Terry from Threads Podcast sent me a message saying, oh, my God, I can't believe you said that, because I indicated that we should take Tubman and have her with a strap on, bending Jackson over and putting it to him, but good, on the $20 bill. Well, it turns out everybody's trying to rip down the Andrew Jackson statue in Washington, D.C. Riot police showed up and started doing Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa on people. Whammo, whammo, whammo. Don't touch the statue. Rip that shit down. People are like, Zane, you're such an idiot. You and the stupid statues. Well, right by where I live, the most racist of all the statues exists. They've got this Ring of Honor or something like that in this park nearby where you have depictions from every war that the country has been in statue form. You got Vietnam, World War II, World War I, Korean War, whatever. But what they have to depict the Civil War is a Confederate and a Union soldier back to back. In between them is a little slave boy with no shoes on and a cotton picking satchel groveling at their feet. It's so fucked. Yet, despite that, most of the people that spoke at this stupid hillbilly convention in Allendale yesterday were saying, yeah, keep that statue. It's great. Listen to this parade of local butt fucks.
Tonight, a line out the door and vitriol. A room full of those passionate on this topic.
But those of you who say that that statue out there does not give honor to a veteran, shame on you.
A stone.
Don't talk down to me, you piece of shit. Whoever that fucker is, it doesn't give honor, shame on you. Don't shame me, asshole. It's with it's a noble heart that a person would want that statue to come down. No one is agreeing or disagreeing that the people who are fighting for what they believed in weren't brave or anything like that. It's the whole deal. Fuck, why even have a Confederate guy there in the first fucking place? You've got these terrorists and these treasonous assholes that are fighting for slavery. A Confederate soldier should not be depicted in that Ring of Honor, and sure as shit should not have a slave boy in between the two. If you want to represent the Union, you know, the ones that were fighting to end the slavery, then perhaps, or I don't know, maybe nothing to do with that war. But don't shame me, you asshole.
Do you who say that that statue out there does not give honor to a veteran, shame on you.
You think that's honorable? Are you honored by it?
A stone monument is up for debate, one that sits in the midst of others, commemorating Americans who fought in the various wars, one of the centerpieces in the Allendale Community Park.
There's not one soldier of color in that memorial.
The Civil War depicted this way: a Confederate soldier back to back with a Union soldier, a black child at the base with a placard proclaiming the end of slavery.
But I disagree with taking that statue down. That is a garden of honor. It is a statue commemorating the Civil War.
Mitch Kale with the Michigan Association of Civil Rights Activists.
This poor dude, we've heard from him before. He's way woke. He's trying to express himself, and these rednecks are sitting there interrupting him while he's trying to speak.
In the Civil War.
Mitch Kale with the Michigan Association of Civil Rights Activists brought the issue to the forefront, an activist who has led charges like this for decades.
This is not something where an outsider comes in and tells your community what to do. We're here following the democratic process, asking this board to decide what to do.
He spoke amid hecklers.
You don't have to be from Allendale to be offended by this statue. This board has a decision to make.
Shut up, bitch.
Most in attendance were there wanting the monument to remain standing, and most suggested so peacefully, though others took a different approach.
Listen to this old fuck. You aren't going to believe this asshole.
I'd like to know who these cowards are that want to take down the statue.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not this guy. This guy's bad too, but the old guy.
Others took a different approach.
I'd like to know who these cowards are that want to take down the statue. Yeah, why are you coming into our community?
Oh, yeah.
And passionate discourse about the depiction of that little black child.
A Negro boy. Yes, I said Negro.
What? What the
Small
fuck?
Negro boy.
What the fuck is going on here? This is the guy I was talking about. Can you believe this old fucker?
A Negro boy. Yes, I said Negro.
He said Negro. He didn't say Negro. He said, now maybe he just says it funny. I don't know. You're not even supposed to use that. And first of all, nobody says that. Okay? So he knows it's a little janky to say it because he doubles down on it. But
Community.
And passionate discourse about the depiction of that little black child.
A Negro boy. Yes, I said Negro. Small Negro boy.
What?
He's holding a document in his hand. And he's pointing to it. And what does the document say? January 1863.
Who gives a shit?
It's no honor to black Americans to have their only depiction in the Garden of Honor be a caricature, a half-naked slave child groveling at the feet of two soldiers.
Tonight, there seemed to be
Did you
little.
hear that? You could hear those fucking redneck bitches groaning. Ah!
In the way of common ground on this issue between the sides, with the exception
I
of
hate
distinct
these people.
passions
I hate
on
them.
the issues of racism, inclusion, and equality, and what it means for things so many hold dear.
Why would you want this? Why, who? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Can someone please explain to me? Hell, I don't even care if you're afraid that I'll beat the shit out of you, which I probably would. Make an anonymous email and send it to me. Or just tell me that you want to remain anonymous, unless if you're too scared to wonder what I would think about you if you tried to explain your rationale for wanting this racist horse shit displayed. God. Just makes me sick. Man. All right, did anybody watch NASCAR yesterday? It was a hell of a finish to that race. That's the only thing I saw. Because it started and it was raining and it was fucking, oh no, they're not gonna get the race started. It's terrible, Jesus. And I had missed the amazing thing that happened to start, and I'll get to that in a second because you Zaniacs, it was Zaniac Dirk and Stevie who sent along the clip of what happened at the start of the race. But here we are, less than 24 hours removed from the story about somebody hanging a noose in the garage of Bubba Wallace, the only black driver. He drives for Petty Motorsports, driving the 43, legendary number, legendary team. That race ended, and it looked crazy. You had, coming to the finish line, start-finish line, like 15 cars, at least 14 cars, because I know Bubba Wallace was in that pack trying to cross the finish line first. There was cars slamming into each other and into the wall, and I mean, it was just crazy as hell. And I think the guy who won it, his name is Ryan Blaney, okay? And I think he edged out Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I think I'm getting this right. I don't know. I'm trying to get into this shit. I am mildly interested. I'm actually a lot more interested in this because of all the drama that's gone on surrounding Wallace. Crazy how that works out. I actually used to follow NASCAR quite a bit when I lived in the South, but not so much these days. Whenever I see Ryan Blaney, I think, did he change his name? Wasn't he known as Dave Blaney? Or is that his dad now? Oops, I just spit everywhere. Or has it been that long that now all the kids are driving? Jesus. So that happened, but as you know, the day before was just a horrible scene because the word was that somebody had hung up the noose. I will say this. There is speculation. People are, I don't know who threw it out there, but people are suggesting that this might be a Jussie Smollett incident. Fake. Didn't happen. I do not for 1 second believe that, but that is out there. People are talking about it. And I guess we'll find out because, you know, those garages, it's not like they aren't monitored. And the FBI has been involved. The Birmingham, Alabama field office was called in to investigate this because if it goes that way, that is a federal charge. That type of race shit is not like a local deal. That is a big-time problem for whoever would do that if they got caught. That's always a problem. So, all right, that happens, and then the race goes down less than 24 hours later. As it's getting started, they agreed to have a moment, and what you have here is every single member of each team is walking Bubba Wallace's car to the front to have like this poignant moment of unity. And this actually made a lot of people feel, well, I mean, really good, but at the same time sad. Dirk, who sent this to me, said he actually was brought to tears watching this moment as everybody rallied around Bubba Wallace.
Led by reigning Cup Series champion Kyle Busch in green and their crews, the entire garage area has rallied around Bubba Wallace and the number 43 today.
The music's a little much. Maybe. I don't know.
Because yesterday afternoon, a noose was found hanging in the garage stall of Bubba's race car.
Ugh.
In the NASCAR Cup garage area, a secure area where access is limited to competitors, officials, and track staff.
So right now that narrows it down.
A despicable act by someone flying directly in the face of NASCAR's efforts to build a culture that is diverse, equal, and welcome.
That's
why Richard Petty is here today.
Who's probably crying about all this is Kyle Larson. Talk about, fuck. He's the guy who said the N-word when he's playing the video game. After all of this and how this the story has continued to develop, because Kyle Larson happened before George Floyd, and that was bad enough as its own. He was banned from that. He's out of a job while he tries to pick up the pieces. But seriously, all of this, all the things that have happened since then, there's no way that guy will ever make his way back. Hell, I would have been like, okay, I would have been, hey, Bubba, I know you supported me in what I said. Can you, as you get out of the car in this poignant moment that Mike Joy is talking over the swelling music, can you punch me in the stomach or something like that as you get out of the car? Or maybe that would be okay.
And why Ryan Blaney, Bubba's friends, competitors, and on-track foes have closed ranks around him.
I wonder if he's
when that window net goes up later.
I wonder if he's reading or just doing this off the top of his head. If he's doing it off the top of his head, that's really good.
Today, racing is the great equalizer. Everybody's 6'4", 240 pounds. Everybody has 600 horsepower. No one is white, black, brown, or yellow. They are all racers. And they are all our heroes.
All right, now Wallace is from Mobile, Alabama. After the race, he walked over to the where the fans were. Believe it or not, there was a huge contingency of Black Lives Matter people who, at their very first race, they're all new fans because they're following Wallace, and they showed up from Atlanta to see the race. So after the race, Wallace, there's only 5,000 people in a place that seats 100,000 because of social distancing. But, he went up there and he kind of engaged the fans, and then he had an interview post-race. This is what Bubba Wallace said.
Thank you. And Bubba, what a run for you today. Led the field. How do you describe just today, this moment?
This is probably the most badass moment right here. It's been tough. It's been hell, really. I wouldn't say hell. It's just been hectic, carrying his weight and carrying his burden. I wouldn't really say burden either. I'm proud to stand where I'm at and carry a new face. Look at this. First times right here from Atlanta. That is so cool. The sport is changing.
Imagine in 1965 if this happened. Well, it wouldn't have happened in 1965.
The deal that happened yesterday, sorry I'm not wearing my mask, but I wanted to show whoever it was that you're not going to take away my smile, and I'm going to keep on going. I've been a part of this sport for a really long time. Still kind of a rookie, starting to figure this plate stuff out. We had a good race going today in our Victory Junction Chevrolet, but man, I know I should have won that damn race. We ran out of gas. Just the stars didn't align for us completely, but all in all, we won today. The pre-race deal. The pre-race deal was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to witness in my life.
Aww. From
all the supporters, from drivers, from crew members.
That make me cry.
Everybody here, the badass fan base. Thank you guys for coming out here. This is truly incredible, and I'm proud to be a part of this sport, Jamie. like I said earlier, I got a long way to go, and we'll keep on trucking. Another top 15 for us. We'll take it, and we'll just go on to Pocono, right? Okay, Pocono. So, hey, I'm still smiling. Long week ahead of me, probably a couple weeks, probably a couple months. Courtney's going to lay some interviews on me, so I'll be ready for Pocono, though.
Yeah, I think to the comments made here, the moment before the race and running it, that was intentional. That I did this story right after the Allendale races. It's kind of interesting to see what these pieces of shit at the community meeting comparing to what went on at the track. Two very, very different swaths, thinking processes going on right there. And frankly, I've kind of become a fan of the NASCAR scene and of him. I think that's all good. I don't have a problem with a bit of it. Who would? Is there anyone who would actually be willing to admit that this is all screwed up? I don't think it is at all. I think it's all great. And I love the fact that he's hanging in there. I just hate that it happened. But shit, man, and the way that race finished, you got to see it. I will link it up. In fact, I'm going to make sure I write that down. Link up the end of that race. Woo! Cars slamming into each other. Holy shit. All right. I need to tell you what the parade of farts is all about. This is sick. There's another podcast that I check in with from time to time called the South of the Straits Show. Nate Strait does that show up in northern Michigan. And this might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. And he wants me to promote it for you because he wants you to contribute to it. It's so dumb. All right? I'll get to that coming up in a bit, and a homeowners association story that you're not going to believe. But first, if you really want to add to the grassroots, listener-supported podcasting level of this show, join me on Patreon. I have additional podcasting each and every day on Patreon. What you do is you go to patreon.com/Eric Zane and sign up. It's also clearly labeled at ericzaneshow.com. Love to have you join us on Patreon. Listener-supported. Well, this is all listener-supported. It's like public radio, public podcasting. But that one is kept alive solely by funds from you, $5 or $10 a month if you want to support the show on Patreon. And that's the only way that one keeps going. So if you like the free podcast and you think, hey, man, I want some more podcasting, $5 or $10 a month on Patreon, you keep the lights on, quite literally, on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Okay. Sarah Granville Honda. That's where you go to get a brand new Honda vehicle. They are in West Michigan on the corner of Kanawha and 44th Street, right by the Cracker Barrel. Okay? You can't miss them. Could be a brand new Honda, a certified pre-owned Honda, whatever it may be, used. They have it all in one location, Sarah Honda Granville, online at sarahhondagranville.com. Tell you, I've bought many cars from them, and it's great because a lot of times in that industry, you'll see, rarely will you see the same people working there. It's kind of like it's a little like radio, not nearly that bad, but people come and go all the time. Not there. The people that work there have been working there since I started buying cars from them. Go see the folks, and that's because it's a great place to work, great place to be, great place to buy cars from Sarah Honda Granville, online at sarahhondagranville.com. If you're in the market, please go there and make sure you mention my name, Eric Zane, when you go into the store. Thank you. I want you to learn everything you need to know to get your CPL, carry your pistol concealed. Nowadays, I tell you what, a lot more people are doing this. They want to be armed, and they want to do it concealed. And the reason why the concealed thing is an advantage is you don't want the bad guys to know that you have a pistol. Call upon Prince Arming to give you all the information you need to get certified, okay? Once you get certified, you take that certification to your local county, and then you can get your pistol license. The next class is right around the corner, Prince Arming, 616-204-1705. Click on their logo at ericzaneshow.com, and you can get all the information about the upcoming classes. In fact, there's one that happens today, and then it culminates in 1 week. So I don't know if you have time to get in on that for today. You may. Just check out his Facebook page, linked up at ericzaneshow.com. Okay, what the hell is... This might be the dumbest thing in the world. Hang on a second here. I got email. Before I get to that. Dirk writes this. He says, see where this is going? And apparently it is in a, oh no. Dirk has gone out of his way to talk about the slippery slope. Sean King says Jesus images are a form of white supremacy. They mum down. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, I think you're onto something, Dirk. There is definitely a slippery slope there, but you know what? Let's just end it with the one in Allendale. Okay, get that one down, and then we'll take the rest as they come. Let's see. All right, as always, you can reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. If you have any comments. Nick writes, racists can suck the world's largest sea and choke to death. That doesn't piss me off at all. That doesn't piss me off at all. Like I've stated previously, you have the right to be offensive. You just have to deal with the consequences via reaction from offended individuals. All right? Very good. Thank you, Nick. All right. Let's see. Where is it? Parade of Farts. Eric, I know you enjoy the weird and odd of Michigan. Was wondering if you could help us out. So I'm thinking, boy, what could this be? First of all, I don't know what you mean. I enjoy the weird and odd of Michigan. I don't know. I just like stories, I guess. But all right. I was wondering if you could help us out. We on the South of the Straits show, we're trying to create an hour-long community fart recording. We've been reaching out to the audience to record their farts and send them to us so we can make a 1 hour long parade of farts. Right now, we have been doing most of it ourselves, but I was wondering if you could ask your fans to send their recorded farts to us to be included on the parade of farts. Then he writes, here is a whiff of what we've gotten done so far. Our goal is to get to at least an hour of this. What the fuck? Look, I don't know if anybody's even going to do this, but I agreed to it, and I said, all right, sounds good. Where do I tell them to send their farts? Awesome. Just tell them to record their farts on their phones and private message them to the South of the Straits Show Facebook page. Thanks a shitload, man. Pun intended. Now, let me just say, this is horrible, and there is no question some farts can be funny, but this fucking thing is about 1:15 now, so he needs about that much more time to be able to have his 1 hour long parade of farts. And since he says it's mostly the guys on his show right now, I think that they should go to the doctor, because in listening to it, it just seems so crazy cartoonish that it didn't seem real. I don't know if I'll be able to make it through the entire parade of farts, some of which just sound like he's holding his cell phone in between his legs into the toilet, because it actually sounds like he's taking a dump. This is something I'd probably be fired for on the radio. He's got a real rat-a-tat-tat thing going right there. What the? Oh. What? Okay, now that's just shit. That's just pure shitting into the toilet. That one has to be taken off of the parade of farts because all you're doing is taking a shit. I'm hearing a real tight asshole at the same time. How does he do that? Some of those have like this real queefy texture to them. What the hell? Did you hear that? Oh, did you hear that? The pitch on that thing. My God. Right, that one. I want to know how many times people have actually shit their pants while making this audio parade of farts. Wow! What the? What? That one sounded like a droid.
Okay.
I heard a voice there. Daddy! This is incredible. Some of the wettest farts I've ever heard in my life, right here. Oh my God, that's pure shit. Now it's the big finish. That one filled his pants. All right, well, their show is called the South of the Straits Show. You can't miss it if you just look it up on Facebook. STRAITS, Straits. It's kind of like a play on words because it is south of the Mackinac Straits, and that's his last name, I think. I don't know. I don't think it's ridiculous. Okay. Let's see. What do I have left for you? I got to talk about Aunt Jemima. Oh, I got plenty left to talk about. Holy shit. Okay. Thank you to Dean for sending this one along. I was like, no way. This can't be the only problem. I've never had really a problem. I can't say that. I actually have. When you have a homeowners association, what that does is it kind of like is a buffer between the people that live in a neighborhood and nosy, nitpicking, asshole people that live in the neighborhood. And it sounds like a thankless job to me because my neighbor is involved in it. And the things that dude hears is like, God dang it. There's always a handful of the same suspects who bitch about everything in the neighborhood. So there's a set of rules that you are supposed to follow. Can't have your garbage can in front of your house. Can't have your garage open. All right, whatever. For like extended time. I don't know why. You can't have a boat or an RV in your driveway for more than 2 days. Obviously, keep the lawn maintained best you can. There have been times that our RV has been in the driveway more than 2 days, and sure enough, somebody gets pissed off, complains to the homeowners association, and then I hear about it. Hey, you got to get your RV out of there. Somebody complains. It's like, what? Why? I mean, yes, I should get it out of there, but I guess my question is, I would never complain. I would never complain about anybody doing that. Are they doing that just so that because it actually bothers them? And if it does bother them, why does it bother you? Yes, I will move it, but I'm curious what's going on in your noggin. And they, this is what you get. And so I guess in a roundabout way, I've dealt with it to some degree. I just am so glad that I don't have to deal with this. A woman was so upset about something in her neighbor's lawn, she reported it to the homeowners association. It happened on Reddit. that it all came to light, and then it became a news story because somebody saw it on Reddit and publicized it. A Reddit user shared the details about the campaign against a lawn ornament. The subreddit is AITA. Am I the asshole? Recently, I, 35-year-old female, and my husband, 34-year-old male, and my daughter, 6-year-old female, started to go for walks. We've been doing the same route every day. It's about 2 miles. There aren't a lot of cars, so it's a good route. Recently, one of our neighbors, we noticed a frog statuette outside of their house. I don't like it. I find it creepy, and so does my husband. My daughter hates it. She's scared of it. Now she refuses to go on walks. Now, this statue is, probably 1.5 feet tall. It looks like it's a little worn, like the paint is worn off of it, and the frog is sitting on his bottom. And it looks like he's holding like a jar of fireflies. And that's it. It's just a frog. No big deal. It's not giving you the finger. It doesn't have a big red dick. It's not saying, I love the Confederate flag. Nothing. It's just a statue. It's a lawn ornament. That's it. Earlier today, I went to the house and I asked them to move it so that it can't be seen. I knocked on the door. Can you believe this? I knocked on the door, and a middle-aged man, maybe 55 years old, opened the door. And I explained to him the scenario. He seemed sympathetic. But he said that he and his wife really like it. So they're going to leave it there. Now, right now, it's already ridiculous. The fact that she is asking the guy to move the statue that he placed there. And, well, first of all, if the 6-year-old is worried about it, all you got to do is just try to talk to her. Say, it's no big deal. That's his, and we got to leave it alone. That's a cute statue. Whatever. Do whatever you do, but don't do what you're doing right now. Who the fuck would have the nerve to do anything? I would be so afraid of looking like a twat. You know? Are 35 and 34, is that in the millennial ballpark? Let me ask the staff. Age range, I think it is. Age range of millennials in 2020. Nah, I don't know about that. PricewaterhouseCoopers and Nielsen Media Research has defined millennials as between the ages of 22. Oh, no, it is. 22 and 38 years old in 2019. So these two are millennials. That explains a lot of it. Millennials are pussies. After the neighbor said that he's going to leave it there, I talked to my next-door neighbor. He's the vice president of the Homeowners Association. So I was wondering if he could force them to take it down. He said the statuette might be a violation of the Homeowners Association bylaws. He went to look at it, and sure enough, it is. What are the bylaws? Why? And what? Now they're being forced to take down the statuette and are being fined for violating the bylaws. My husband says that I took this too far. I see it differently. The statuette is destroying the aesthetics of the neighborhood and is scarring the children. Am I the asshole? TLDR. What does that stand for? TLDR, I got the HOA to take down my neighbor's statuette, which was scarring my child. Edit. A lot of people wanted to see a picture of the frog, so here is a link. You'll be able to see all of this. People that were making comments wrote, this is the only recent statue removal that goes too far. This person wrote, HOAs are assholes, and so is this lady. This person wrote, I may be out of bounds speaking as a child-free person, but the frog statuette gave the parents an opportunity to teach a child how to face their irrational fears. Exactly. Yep, I said irrational. It's irrational. It's stupid. They're making an idiot child. And this person wrote, or if not, just walk down a different block. My God. This is terrible. What the fuck is going on? And this statue, wait till you see it. It's so not a problem. It's a cartoon statue of a stupid frog. Oh God, people piss me off. Man, it's a good thing that most of the people in my neighborhood are cool. Well, I would say all of them. I shouldn't say most. I break the rules all the time. And I'm always but if they came up to me and said, hey, you gotta do this, I'm always very respectful. I go, I know. I got it. I'm sorry. I'm always breaking the rules of the HOA. Fuck. I can't imagine being that tightly wound about anything. So uptight. Man. Reach out to the show, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or leave any of the comments on Facebook. I'll try to go over them a little bit later on. Parade of Farts, Nick writes, reminds me of the Letter Kenny episode where someone made a Facebook rival called Fart Book. What? Don't worry, I'm not going to play the whole thing. Those are real? Seriously, it sounds like 99% of those are fake. All right. More to get to, including Aunt Jemima's family is lashing out. What? What's going on here? Oh, shit. I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to trust. I've got a business that advertises on the podcast that stripes parking lots. They're known as Shoreliners. Online at shorelinersstriping.com. If you need the parking lot striped, it's going to look fantastic. They do that for you. Call for a quote, 616-536-1985. Or if your workplace requires painted spots, arrows, maybe stalls that they have to work in because of COVID, Shoreliners can put you in compliance and make it look fantastic. Not to mention, they will stripe your athletic field. So ADs, listen up. Shoreliners can stripe any athletic field. And what you do is you go to shoreliners.com, click on Services, and there's a tab that says New in 2020, Athletic Field Painting at Shoreliners. Shorelinerstriping.com. Thank you for being a key sponsor, Mr. Mayor, of the Eric Zane Show Podcast. And last but certainly not least, Body Shop. If you crack up your RV, I want you to take it to Metalworks Body Shop. Not everybody can work on RVs, campers, travel trailers, fifth wheels. They do it. The parks just opened up yesterday in Michigan. That means a lot of people are going to be hitting the road if they weren't already. If you do crack it up, that sucks. You love your RV, your camper, your travel trailer, your fifth wheel. You don't like it looking like shit. You're proud of it. You put a lot of money into it. Take it to these guys, Metalworks Body Shop. They'll fix that thing up good as new. Great group of I did say gries. Great group of gries over there. MetalWorksBodyShop.com. Link to their Facebook page right at EricZaneShow.com. They are in Coopersville, Michigan, right in the neighborhood of one Joe Morin, where he drops by and says, yeah, Zane's, thanks for supporting his show, where he's 90% wrong. Hang on a second here. Got to make sure I got some right information. You can reach out to Metalworks Body Shop as well through their website. And give them a call, 616-997-4004. 616-997-4004. Or just reach out to Ryan at MetalWorksBodyShop.com or Fran at MetalWorksBodyShop.com. Thank you to Metalworks. They sponsor the studio, the Metalworks Body Shop Fear Bunker Studio. Okay. So in this great awakening that we've been talking about, so crazy. I make opinions and stands. Everybody yells at me, says you're stupid. The one thing I was sure that I had a foothold on was we need to get rid of all these pictures of happy, joyful slaves on food products. That one, I knew I was right. You had that asshole Uncle Ben sitting there smirking in his suit, all happy to be making rice for his owner. I mean, that is complete bullshit. I hate that. And then you go with that Dick Chef on the cream of wheat box. That fucker is like laughing. So not cool. Most people were like, you're using these depictions of these happy slaves with their food, marketing of their food products, and that's exactly what it is. And I still stand by it, that it's bullshit to have this type of depiction on any product. I stand by that like I stand by most of what I stand by, unless I'm changing my mind. But and then you got that big fat ass fucking Mrs. Butterworth, that bullshit branding. And then Aunt Jemima. And Aunt Jemima was the one that she's like, way happy. Yeah, here you go, Aunt Jemima pancake mix. Aunt Jemima's syrup. There you go. She's a happy slave. It's all bullshit. Get rid of that stuff. Who knew that there's a real Aunt Jemima? Well, kind of. When they did the branding for that, however many years ago, they actually, in their ad campaigns, hired black women to play the part of Aunt Jemima. And I don't know how that went, if they would like show up, be in the store in 19 whatever with the stupid gear on, smiling like a happy slave and saying, buy our syrup. But there were actual Americans who played this part of Aunt Jemima. Well, the family of this lady who played Aunt Jemima are saying, this is bullshit. You should not ban Aunt Jemima. And I'm like, how the fuck? What? Are you serious? Don't you get it? I mean, we're trying to explain to you how racist this is, and you're black. How can you not get how shitty this is? So I guess the lady Lillian Richard, who was the Aunt Jemima, she's got some real stupid butt-fuck descendants who are dumb as shit. If you have white Armenian guy telling you that this is a racist thing and you don't understand, well, you're a dumb cock. Okay? This is actually happening. As we talk about, Quaker Foods North America announced that they're getting rid of, they're rebranding Aunt Jemima products because the origins are based on a racial stereotype. Now, what I talked about on the show is, why did it take all of this shit going on with the world for you to suddenly realize it if you had any sensibility, you would have taken care of this decades ago. But now they're doing it. And the character is described as a mammy, and that is what it's steeped in. Same thing with that fat fucking Mrs. Butterworth bullshit. And those really happy Uncle Ben and cream of wheat dick. All right? So now one of the family of the real Aunt Jemima, Lily, and Richard is fighting back. These are black Americans saying, no, we say yay to Mammy. What? How the fuck can you, you dumb shit? Jesus. Vera Harris of Texas told KLTV that her second cousin, Lily and Richard, that's Jemima, worked as an ambassador for the brand. She did it for over 23 years, dating all the way back to 1925. Boy, what a thing to be proud of. Your second cousin was being portrayed as a happy mammy slave? That isn't anything to go, yeah, that's a fucking betrayal is what that is. You go over to her fucking grave and you dig her up and throw her in a river for that shit. You don't go, yay! What the fuck? How do you do that? Harris said that Richard was seen as a hero in her hometown of Folk, Texas. Bullshit she was. Come on. These people either didn't know any better or they're just stupid. So don't praise that. And now I like how all these assholes are sending me this link saying, see, these people, descendants of this lady, want to keep it. Well, I don't give a shit if they're black or not. It doesn't make a difference to me. Okay, I'm colorblind to this issue. I don't care if the black people who are related to this dumb bitch are saying, well, we got to keep this. You idiots. A lot of people want it removed. Wait, hold on a second. Let me back up. Harris said that Richard was seen as a hero in her hometown of Folk, Texas, since she was one of the only black women to find a steady job decades before the civil rights movement. Oh, yeah, sure. So she's a hero because she had a job? Well, I guess so back then. You know why? Because black people weren't given jobs back then because they're black. So she's given a terrible job depicting a stereotype, and you're proud of her because of that? You should be telling her to fuck off is what you should be doing. This stupid woman says a lot of people want it removed. We want the world to know our cousin Lillian was one of the Aunt Jemimas, and she made an honest living. Bullshit she did. This is a deal with the devil, Harris explained. We would ask that you reconsider just wiping all that away. There wasn't a lot of jobs, especially for black women back in that time. She was discovered by Quaker Oats to be their brand person. Yeah, I'm not buying a second of this. Whoever this dumbass is, she's just not understanding it. I don't know. Maybe the family still gets a payout of it for this shit. I have no idea. This is so dumb. There is even a plaque in the community to this day that is dedicated to Lily and Richard, commemorating her achievement of portraying Mammy. There is? What the fuck is going on here? For her family, the Aunt Jemima brand serves as a welcome reminder of the success that Lily and Richard accomplished in her life. Yeah, I don't know. I would say that being a whore would be a more noble profession than playing the part of happy slave mammy and acting happy for the white people. This is such shit. It's not. Do you people understand what I'm talking about here? Do you see the logic that I'm giving you? This is sound wisdom here. If you fucking morons think that she's right, you're an idiot, okay? 100% a stupid person if you think that Aunt Jemima should be on the fucking syrup bottle and that this stupid family should be honoring her. My God. It's not only the Aunt Jemima brand that they take issue with. Harris also said that the family is firmly against changing the names of military bases because they have relatives who served. This family is the whitest. It's like that, what's that bit that Chappelle does? Clayton Bigsby, black, blind, white supremacist, or black, blind, white supremacist? Yeah, that's what it is. This family, if they're blind, they could be relatives of the Chappelle character. Oh, my God. Jesus. I wouldn't be surprised if this family of black people has, waves Confederate flags at NASCAR events. Maybe these are the ones who hung the noose in Bubba Wallace's stall. Holy shit, we found the fucking morons that did that. I wish we would take a breath and not just get rid of everything because good or bad, it is our history. What? Harris added, removing that wipes away a part of me, a part of each of us. We are proud of our cousins. I do not understand you. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I'm too woke. As you know, I am a very woke liberal Republican. A gun-toting, pro-life, Jesus-loving, a woke individual. Am I a fucking caricature? Is that what's happening here? Holy shit. The family of Anna Short Harrington, who also portrayed Aunt Jemima, expressed similar outrage at Quaker's rebranding decision. Oh, my God. This is an injustice for me and my family. This is part of my history, sir. Harrington's great-grandson, Larnell Evans, weighed in. The racism they talk about using images from slavery that comes from the other side, white people. This company profits off images of our slavery. They did, yes. And their answer is to erase my great-grandmother's history, a black female. It hurts. No, you stupid dick. Yes, they have done that, and now they don't want to do that anymore because that's wrong. Why? What? I mean, what? You just said it. They made profits off of it. Would it help if they did reparations? Is that what you're looking for here? Is this a money issue? Perhaps cancel culture obsessed liberals should have given some thought to these families before they canceled something that meant so much to them. Who knew that the families of the people that portrayed happy mammy slaves would be like, no. My God, man, my world is topsy-turvy here on this. Let's see here. The placard in Folk, Texas was just sent to me by Zaniac Patriot Nick. It says, Lillian Richard, big, gigantic plaque. Born in the Folk community in 1891, Lillian Richard was one of 11 children of Derry and Cornelia Washington Richard. In 1910, she moved to Dallas, working initially as a cook. In 1925, she accepted a company portraying Aunt Jemima, a character from an 1875 song later popularized in minstrel shows, radio programs, and movies. Lillian was one of several African-American women who traveled the country promoting Aunt Jemima brand pancake mix. Her career with Quaker Oats lasted 23 years until she suffered a stroke and returned to folk. She died in 1956, was buried in Folk Memorial Cemetery because of her legacy. In 1995, the Texas legislature named Hawkins the pancake capital of Texas. All right, yeah, I get it. And a lot of that echoes of what was said by the family. Yes, that's true. And I'm not saying that the placard come down, but the branding is bullshit. Happy mammy slaves is racist. And whether anybody chooses to accept it or not, she was agreeing to basically sell her soul for that, to be treated like that and act a part that I don't think is appropriate. So, as usual, the audience is probably going to say I'm wrong. You people always giving me all sorts of shit about the things that I believe in. I'm just happy that you're still there.
I don't know what I said this.
Sorry about that. I don't know what the fuck that was. At any rate, for staying with me, we have more podcasting coming up, though. It is on the Patreon bonus. I would love for you to be a part of it. Again, listener-supported podcasting. If you like my thoughts, opinions, preparations, viewpoints, how I try to entertain you in some degree, shape, or form, then please consider supporting me on Patreon. That's how I keep the lights on. $5 or $10 a month at patreon.com/Eric Zane. Thank you for those who are continuing to support me on Patreon. All right, that's it. No more. Have a good one, folks. Talk to you down the road. Till next time. Bye-bye.